as Vince Rogers discovers, in Dover, the homeless are helping themselves.
This is Rob. This is Keith. And this is Adrian. They've got one thing in common. They're all homeless in Dover. You would think that this means they're a burden to the town. But those three men, and many like them, don't rely on handouts from the taxpayer. We're going to find out how they can be destitute and yet pay their own way. We'll find the answer in this place. But what exactly is it? Is it an ex-clifftop fort? Is it a second-hand furniture shop? Is it a refuge for homeless people? Actually, it's all three. It's the home of a charity called Emmaus. Their branch in Dover, known as the St Martin's Emmaus, has been in existence for 12 years. The coordinator is Maureen Gale.
This is a refuge and a haven. They're safe here, they can stay as long as they want, but they must work.
And that's what's unique about this place. They don't just dole out charity, everyone works for their keep, and they're not allowed any handouts. One important rule for anyone staying here is you must sign off your benefits. They do get a bit of social security money, but in the main, the Dover Emmaus make their cash as a community by running a second-hand furniture shop. But the furniture's got to come from somewhere. In fact, it's all donated by local people, and the homeless go out in a van to pick it up.
We're going to deal at the moment.
At the wheel today is Keith Ingleby.
We go past the docks and up on the Jubilee Way.
Only about a year ago, he had what seems to be an idyllic life. He was living on a boat moored up in Sandwich in Kent. Looks like a millionaire's yacht, doesn't it?
Yeah, well,
It's been a great life living on there.
oh, it's fantastic, yes. I would do it again if I could. How are you, all right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, lovely.
Keith was living with his partner on the boat, but the relationship broke down. He went away for a while to think about things. When he returned, the boat was sold and his belongings were waiting for him.
I got back down to the river and my belongings were just left in a heap on the side of the riverbank.
Keith stayed with friends for a while, but after a spell in hospital following a heart attack, his life continued to spiral downwards and he ended up sleeping rough in Dover. He asked the council for help and they put him in touch with Emmaus, and he's been here now for 3 months.
Since I've been here now, it's been great, you know. The people here are very, very good.
Keith is still sorting himself out, but eventually would like to find work that suits him and his heart condition, and get his own place.
Now the armchair.
Oh, no, that's not
If there's any piece of furniture that looks like it can be salvaged, it comes here to the workshop.
The other residents get to work stripping paint and sprucing up, and then the furniture goes straight into the shop for sale. The Emmaus charity won't help everyone. They can only help homeless people who are fit and willing to help themselves. During our visit to Emmaus, a new homeless person turned up. Rob is originally from Scotland. He left to go travelling as a teenager and just didn't go back.
When did you last have a home?
Last time I had a home was 3 years ago. Apart from that, I've not really ever had a home.
Rob's been sleeping rough in Dover for several days. Now he's turned to Emmaus for help.
But before they let Rob stay, they're going to ask him a few pertinent questions.
Have you ever harmed yourself?
I attempted to hang myself a couple of times, but that's not something that I worry about anymore.
This is, in fact, a risk assessment. Rob will find out later if they've decided he's safe enough to take in. Over in the dining room, we're having a mid-morning break with a warming bowl of soup.
Don't take this the wrong way, but you're homeless and not got, you know, you're short of a bob or two. How do you explain the Bluetooth mobile phone thing in your ear?
Well, most of the homeless have got a mobile.
Really?
Yeah. But for 5 or 10 quid, well, you've got yourself a phone. So you can always be reached. Even if you need it for social services or you need it for your job interviews, they've got to contact you.
Yeah.
But if you've got no home, so where are they going to contact you? Only by phone.
The guy with the mobile is Adrian. He's originally from Australia, and after a time travelling, he ended up in Kent working as a security guard. But the jobs dried up, and he was reduced to living in his car. This very car.
I find it amazing that this car was your home.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Well, you put the seats down, you've got a complete bed. Oh, you can park it anywhere. You go along the beach, you think, oh, I want different scenery. Okay, you go along the coast or something like that, find yourself a place there, and there you are. Yeah. It's like living in a tent and it's mobile.
But Adrian has discovered that living in a Mazda is nothing like as comfortable as living in a Emmaus. But what about Rob? It turns out that he's been sleeping in a squat over on the other side of Dover.
Rob said he'll show us where he's been sleeping.
This is it here, this is when you jump over the gate.
Right, okay.
It's an old disused boathouse near the Dover seafront.
Door's a bit stiff. As I said, it's a bit of a mess in here, like, but this is it in here. Just got the radiators working in here though.
Yeah.
Just to keep it warm and dry, like. Electricity set up. That's all hooked up to the main electrical box over there, and just run it straight off the mains.
And this is it. This is home sweet home.
This is it.
It's not exactly glamorous, is it? It's a much sordid kind of a place.
Yeah, but unfortunately that's the way it is for people like me sometimes.
Yeah.
But I deal with that, no worries.
But Rob doesn't have to deal with that anymore. The good news for him is that Emmaus have decided to give him a room.
Do you want these sarnies now?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's good sandwiches.
There we go.
Okay, that's it. I just need to flick this light out, so I'll take this, I'll let you guys get out of here first, and then I'll come back in and I'll switch the light off so that you guys don't need to walk through the pitch black. I know where I'm going.
And Rob's new place is something of a contrast.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay. All right, Mum.
Yeah.
Video down there.
Excellent.
Hey, look at this in here.
Shower room and stuff.
Oh, that's plenty big enough.
24-hour protection with delicate feminine fragrances.
Oh, fantastic.
That's the stuff you need, isn't it?
I've got my own stuff, I've got my own deodorants, things like that. I don't like the spray-on stuff, it's got to be roll-ons.
Okay, Rob, what do you reckon?
Everything I need. No worries at all.
Excellent.
Rob has a proper bed for the night, and the next day he's hard at work restoring furniture. He plans to look for bar and catering work and settle down in his own place in the future. And that is how he and Adrian and Keith were taken off the streets of Dover, given food and shelter, and set to work to earn the money to pay for it all.
Now, if you want any